Land has always been the most basic repository of wealth and value through good times and bad. It is for this reason that the government has been working to make idle lands available to all farmers and potential investors. Visit your nearest Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA office to find out more on how you can benefit. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. We have an interesting show lined up just for you, so stay tuned.
Are you a farmer or investor who is interested in leasing lands from the government? This information is just for you.
We have 2,000 acres of land in Elim, St. Elizabeth, which is best suited for aquaculture production. We have lands in the Bogwalk area of St. Catherine that's good for cocoa beans production. We have lands in Portland that are great for a range of agricultural production. And we have lands in Brownstown, St. Anne that's good for cattle production. And we continue to scout Jamaica from the east, west, north, and south to discover best land used for agriculture.
For more information on land leasing, call or visit the office of the Agri-Investment Corporation, the agribusiness arm of the government.
This week on Get the Facts, we revisit the discussion with the Housing Agency of Jamaica's Managing Director Gary Howell and Senior Manager of Community Development Nakia McMorris. They are telling us more about the agency's plans for 2019.
Welcome to Get the Facts. I'm Anthony Campbell. On today's edition, we look at housing and related matters. Our resource persons are Managing Director of the Housing Agency of Jamaica, Gary Howell, and Nakia McMorris, Senior Manager, Community Development. Welcome, lady, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Good. Let's start with the role and function of the Housing Agency of Jamaica.
Okay. Housing Agency of Jamaica, formerly known as the National Housing Development Corporation, is a consolidation of three previous entities, namely Caribbean Housing Finance Corporation, National Housing Corporation, and Operation Pride. Those three entities were brought together in 1998 to form the National Housing Development Corporation, which later saw the name change in 2008 to Housing Agency of Jamaica Limited. Well, our primary function is twofold. One, provide housing solutions for low and lower middle income persons, as well as two, regularizing informal settlements, especially those that were under the former Operation Pride scheme. So those two are our core functions. But going further, it looks at significant amount of projects across the country, informal settlements, namely a wide variety from, say, Flanker, Norwood. We have as far as to Whitehall in Negril. To the east, we have Riverton. All across Jamaica, we have been Senton, Montego, Bel Air, all of those areas across the country we have been involved in regularizing informal settlements.
Right. So I know the regularizing of the informal settlements is different from the NHT, but what the functions of the NHT, but what else is different? Why do we need an HAJ and an NHT?
All right, primarily, and that's a lot of times, it's confusing as to the roles of both entities.
Yes.
NHT largely provides mortgages. They do some developments from time to time, or
yes,
finance
yes.
developments, but they focus primarily on persons who contribute to the trust. That is, in a person who are contributing to NHT. And so you'll find that they focus in providing housing solutions that their contributors can benefit from. On the other hand, Housing Agency of Jamaica, we are a development company, as well as we do informal. So whereas NHT provide the mortgages, we do the developments, and then we sell. But we sell on the open market. So persons who contribute to the NHT can come to a Housing Agency of Jamaica and acquire a house and get their mortgage through the NHT. Also, persons who don't have an NHT contribution but also pay a credit union or wherever are the banks, they can also approach the agency once they can qualify for a mortgage and get a housing solution. So that's primarily the main focus. Main difference is that we deal with construction. We are the development arm of the Ministry of Housing, deal with developments, whereas NHA more focuses on providing mortgages.
Right. So what do you mean? Tell us about this regularizing of different communities.
All right. In terms of regularizing housing developments, informal settlements, I would call them. Formerly, persons used to stigmatize them and call them squatter settlements. But reality is some persons, when we declared Operation Pride way back in the 90s, would have felt a little better now that they were being regularized. So we changed the stigma of saying squatter settlements and refer to them now as informal settlements.
Mm-hmm.
So in these informal settlements now, we try to go in, work with the persons, one, by providing them with security of tenure in trying to ensure that they can get a title for the lot they are on.
Yes.
And with this coming,
Yes.
with the titles on the lot,
Yes.
it provides you with a sense of security for your
Yes.
home.
Yes.
One, two, it provides you with an address, because
Yes.
it's critical.
Yes. Yes.
Many a times person want to do business, but they can't do business because they don't have a proper address.
Yes. So what would you say to someone who has been living on a settlement for, say, 40 years and is saying, why do I need a title? I am good. I've been living here for so long. Why do I need a title?
All I simply say is think about the future. You have been comfortable there for those 40 years. Maybe your children, grandchildren, or whoever, your family member, might not be as fortunate as you, because you might pass on, somebody just come in and say, look, this is mine, because there's no documentation to show that you own it.
Yes.
So you need to have some form of documentation to show that you own the property. And the best way to do that is to have a title.
Yes.
And so you can pass it on to your family. And not only that, there are significant benefits in getting a title. And it can help you, in a significant way to upgrade both yourself, your community, and your family.
Yes.
As I said, family, what I'm thinking about, if you have a child going through, it's difficult for us to find funding to send a child to tertiary institutions now. It's expensive in Jamaica. The reality is now these titles can be used to access a mortgage, whether through student loan or wherever.
Yes.
Also, if you are doing small business to help you, you can carry a title to the Jamaica National Small Business, one of those companies that does that, and use that as collateral to get a loan to expand your business.
So tell us about the process. How do I get regularized?
Okay. Also, just to piggyback a little bit on what the managing director was saying, there's an intangible part to land titling. There is a part of pride, which ironically you had Operation Pride, right? And one of the things that you hear from the customers a lot is that they want to own the property, but they also want to feel a part of a community. And so what the title does is that it makes these persons build a cohesive unit within their community so that they know that they own it. And then they form community-based organizations. And then there are also situations where they even come back to the agency and they say, you know what, we need this kind of infrastructure here. How can we get it? If you're unified, one of the things that the funders look at for us also is which communities are ready to go, which communities can we mobilize, which communities can we give funding to that are ready to start the infrastructure, and even to start providing other services. So there is that.
Okay, we take a break now, and when we come back, you tell me about the process.
We're taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
I am Delroy Chuck, Minister of Justice. The plea bargain legislation has been passed. Many persons charged with serious crimes are spending several years behind bars. It did not have to happen. Accept responsibility for your wrongdoing. Get a lighter sentence. Watch your children grow. Flee. Don't gamble with your future.
A message from the Ministry of Justice.
Welcome back. We're talking housing, and our guests are from the Housing Agency of Jamaica. We have the Managing Director, Gary Howell, and Nakia McMorris, Senior Manager, Community Development. Thank you for staying with us. So we left the first segment with the value, the importance of land titling. We want to now go on to explain to our viewers what is the process like?
Right. This is a big part because I think a lot of persons might not get the process that we have to go through. So when persons are on a piece of property, there is a parent title, which is basically the big piece of land that they're on. And in between that and them getting the title, what we have to do is that it has to be subdivided. And then there are approvals that go with getting the subdivision done. Once it is subdivided, then there's an approval for you to get it splintered, which is basically where you break off smaller portions of the land that the persons are on so that they can get that smaller plot, right, from the larger piece of land that is there. And I'm keeping it as basic as possible, yeah? And so once they get that no, or once that comes to the agency then has to go through the other side of the process, which is to get their names transferred. Actually, stick a pin. Let's go back. Once it's splintered and we know that they're on the property, we let them know that they can come in and pay for that portion of the land. In the case of Operation Pride, a lot of persons have been there from before, and so under Operation Pride, we've already gone through that process of splintering the title. But just so that everybody can understand, know that we have it in-house for them. Once they come in and the payment is finalized, we then push it through now for them to get their names transferred onto the title. Once the name is transferred onto the title, then they get the title in their hand.
Oh,
right?
It's as easy as that.
It's not as easy. It's some steps. You have to get approvals as you go through the process, but...
Approvals from where?
You have to get approvals from the National Land Agency, and also we have to get sign-off from our parent ministry, which is Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
And you help with that?
And we assist with that process, which is a subsidized portion.
Yes.
Which is why HAJ is so well known, in my opinion, for doing a lot of the social housing component.
Yes.
And I don't think everybody fully understands that about the agency, how much we put out to get the title in their hand, which is why we encourage people to come in and pay for the property, pay for the land title.
Right. So, what else do you do? Do you have other services apart from the regularizing and the building houses? What else do you do?
Well, largely no, but let me just put in something right, as following up on the titles. Currently, we have approximately 8,000 titles in-house that we want to issue to persons who occupy these plots of land. They just need to come in. In some cases, we have persons who have finalized already. And we want them to come in and just complete the documentation so that they can get their titles.
How can these persons know, though, that you're looking for them to come in?
What we have started to do, we have been mobilizing persons in the community to go around. We have advertised in the papers. We are using different medium to get out the word to these persons to come in.
Are these particular communities that you can say now? Yes.
For instance, we have areas in Norwood, St. James. We have Retirement, St. James. We have Whitehall in Negril. We have Miami Bay in St. Anne. We have St. Benedict's and St. Benedict in St. Andrew here. And we have a number of them across the country. So
okay. All right. Tell us about 2019. What are your plans or projects you have in the pipeline?
All right. The agency is currently focusing on a number of partnerships. We are looking at one major development for lower income persons. This is starter units and one-bedroom units, somewhere in the region of about 1,600 units. We are hoping to get final approval before the end of this financial year. So construction will start by first quarter thereabouts, next financial year. We have other development, a lower middle income one coming also that we are currently awaiting approval for. We also have a major informal settlement that we will be undertaking in short order. That one now is well down the road in terms of the processing. We have gotten up to the point of tendering for a contract, going through the contract award process. We have gotten approval at NCC, so the next stage is for cabinet approval and then award of the contract. So we are well down the road with that one. That again we expect to start in short order. That will see over 535 persons in one informal community being upgraded. We are putting proper roads, water, electricity and all the necessary infrastructure so that they can feel more comfortable. And then we work with these persons to get their titles. As it relates to the services, we deal with primarily regularization, that is providing land titling services. We also we used to do mortgages. We are no longer in the mortgage business because the agency as a development company, it would be difficult for us to do development and mortgages, seeing as we are not one that provides adequate funding. We have to source our funding, so it's difficult for us.
So you would make some link with the NHT to help persons who are seeking to get mortgages?
Definitely, that's what we do. We have a good partnership with the NHT in that regard.
Is there a mandate for 2019?
Yes, for 2019, we are looking at starting approximately 2,500 housing solutions, and we are well on the road to achieve that for the financial year 2019-2020. We also will be looking at issuing at least 1,000 titles during that period. Based on what we are doing now, we are putting in the work, so we'll start to see the benefit in 2019. 2019-2020. We expect that with that level of work, we will be able to at least issue that amount, and then we'll be doing other projects planning as well.
With the whole titling issue. How can persons help you to help them?
I'm glad you asked that question. They need to respond to when we market. I mean, we set the targets to do 1,000. In some situations, we go to 5. They have to be interested in getting their title. So they need to contact the agency if they know that they're fully paid, or if they know that their name should have been transferred, and speak with us. We have persons on the ground going out to them now to try and contact household per household, which is a little bit more arduous from our end, but it's something that we're willing to do, and hopefully, as the MD is saying, then that would allow us to ramp up for the next year.
Right. So you're ramping up the whole process this year.
Yes, trying. And through advertising, PR, trying to get the word out. But people need to be responsive, because we could advertise until we're blue, but they have to be interested in coming in and understanding the importance of titling.
And as we wrap, we just want to remind persons how important it is for them to get their title. You can use it to get loans for your children, for yourself, for improvement on the house, and so on. Yes? So this has been Get the Facts, and we spoke about housing and land titling on this program. Our guests were Managing Director of the Housing Agency of Jamaica, Gary Howell, and Nakia McMorris, Senior Manager, Community Development. Thank you so very much for staying with us. Until next time, when we give you more Get the Facts.
The following is brought to you by MOCA, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, with kind support of NIA and USAID.
Criminal minds think they are cunning. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency have them running. Your friend a shout, come here. Take time running. Are we ready for the ops? Drive up on your block. Step out now me block. Cyber take away your laptop. Pull up every lock. No evidence to drop. We put it in a cuffs and now we have the under. From you say scam, you better look out fit. When you move corrupt, better look out fit. Feel say you get wet, look out fit. Look out fit. Look out fit. From you say scam, you better look out fit. When you move corrupt, better look out fit. Feel say you get wet, look out fit. Look out fit. Look out fit.
The proceeding was brought to you by MOCA, the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, with the kind support of NIA and USAID.
If you are interested in leasing government lands and have your business plan ready, along with proof of your capacity to invest, why exactly haven't you contacted Agro Investment Corporation?
Leasing government land. I benefited from being in a group experience, which I would not be able to get were I just an independent operator. You're able to bounce off things on your colleague farmers. You're able to get all kinds of information and advice and guidance from the park manager and the support team at the head office, specifically like marketing. They were able to help me tremendously with that when I went into the crop, my very first crop, and I didn't know where to turn.
Agro Investment Corporation is the agribusiness facilitation arm of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. We were set up to facilitate large-scale investment in agriculture in Jamaica, given the importance of agriculture to Jamaica's economy, particularly as it relates to employment, food security, and exports. The AgroPark concept is framed this way, in which the government laid down the infrastructure, including irrigation, drainage, quality management systems, and technical support, and allow the farmers to make the investment on these lands, which are the most capable in Jamaica, to secure the best opportunity for outcomes.
Good afternoon.
Our investment officers, upon the discovery of business opportunities, will help the farmers to develop their business plans. And these business plans will be assessed for their technical merits and integrity. And then we'll allocate the kinds of land, the land in the right location with the right soil type and physical attributes that best match with the kind of production that will be taking place.
To lease available lands from AgroInvest, you need to fill out an application form and submit it along with your ID and proof of your capacity to invest.
AgroPark investors continue to impact Jamaica's economy in a very visible and impactful way. We have 150 investors on the 5 parks today that are spending around about $2 billion of investment each year in the park and generating over 2 million pounds of produce each year, going into different market chains locally and export as well. Plus they're hiring about 200 persons on a consistent basis, including 80 women. So the parks are impacting the economy in a very positive and significant way in food security, in export promotion, in economic growth, and in job creation.
It's great because financially it helped me out a lot. I have 5 kids to send to school, so it's very helpful. Normally, I was at home doing nothing.
As a female farmer, you're not taken seriously initially, right? So you have to push and push to find different links, talk to different persons. And that was how I was introduced to Princess Lee, which is the agro park manager from Amity Hall. She taught me how to do the plan for the farm and different techniques, different strategies, and so on. She worked with me to develop everything, and then she showed me an area where I could work. So from there, we did soil tests and so on. I took the procedure 2 different steps, and right away we got started on the land.
You're coming into an environment where you'll be getting a lot of technical support. We have a strong group at Amity that helps to foster production by working together. We have a group of investors that are willing to work together to get the produce from the farm to the fork. They work with us to ensure that the food is safely produced and sent to our customers, and they work with us to ensure that best practices are adhered to on the farm as it relates to agriculture.
We're appealing to farmers to take advantage of the opportunities in Jamaica and in agriculture. The Jamaica brand is very strong, our products are very, very high quality, and we need to have more farmers investing in agriculture to grow the economy. When agriculture grows, the economy grows. When agriculture grows, inflation goes down. When agriculture grows, rural unemployment goes down.
For more information regarding agricultural land leases, call 876-923-9268 or visit the Office of Agri Investment Corporation at 188 Spanish Town Road, Kingston.
We share a lot of sensitive information and data, and once criminals get access to this information, indeed people are at risk based on the sensitivity of the information that they share.
Anna, why are you knocking down my door? What is it?
Jackie, I don't know what to do. From Jason dead, I have nothing to give to the children, and I don't know where to turn.
So why you didn't go down to the Administrator General's department, the place I told you about the other day?
Lord Jackie, I know you try to help me, but remember say me and Jason never did marry,
What do you mean by that, Anna? The law say, if a single man and a single woman live together as husband and wife for 5 years and more immediately before death, then he or she is considered a spouse.
Really? That mean me can't get something then? Cause boy, it rough,
Yes, man, just go down there, tell them about the case, that Jason died, leaving no will, house and children under 18 years. Go down there and see what them can do for you.
A true you're talking, Jackie. Where is the place there again?
Down a waterfront, man. 12 Ocean Boulevard. Go down there, talk to them, and see if them can help you.
Okay, I'm going down there right now.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
Good morning, miss. I hear that the Administrator General's department can help me. You see, my children, them father died, leaving me with the 2 pitney them, and I'm me alone I care for them.
Did he leave a will?
Will, ma'am. After Jason never ready for dead, how come him come from work and drop down dead? My friend tell me say under the law, I'm considered a spouse. By the way, who is a spouse?
Under the Interstates, Estates and Property Charges Act, a spouse is a single man and woman living together as husband and wife for 5 years or more. By living together, the two persons should not have been separated at any time during the 5 years immediately before death. A surviving spouse includes a person who is legally married. That is, he or she went in front of a pastor and took the vow of marriage. If Anna meets the requirements, she can hire an attorney at law or go to the legal aid clinic to apply for an order from the court declaring that she's a spouse. Some of the questions the court will look at are: did Anna and Jason break up during the 5 years? Did Jason have any children born in the same year as Anna's children? The court will also want to know if Anna or Jason were married before and not divorced. Once the order has been granted, the spouse would be entitled to benefit from the estate of the deceased. For further information, you can visit the Administrator General's Department in Kingston, 3rd floor at the Office Center Building, 12 Ocean Boulevard, or call us at 922-183023. You can also visit our Western office at the 2nd floor of the National Housing Trust Building at 42B Union Street, Montego Bay, St. James. Telephone 630-4261. Our website is at www.agd.gov.jm. That's the Administrator General's Department, securing your legacy.
The Fisheries Ministry has declared the period of March 1, 2019 to January 31, 2020 a closed season for queen conch. This is to allow for the replenishing of the conch, which has long been a delicacy for seafood lovers across the island. Only conch in storage since 2018, which have been inspected and verified by the Fisheries Division via a certificate of conch and conch opercula, may be sold, processed or imported until March 21. Let us protect our industry and do our part in making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families and do business. This is where the magazine closes for today. I do hope you found our program informative. Send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Stay informed on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, there's Twitter. Or download our app on your Apple and Android devices to catch up on the go. You can also visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.